Happy New Year. Um, I can't believe it's 2018 because 2017 was such a doozy. Um, I'm actually only doing this right now because both my roommates are sleeping. Pretty sure they were out all night. I stayed in and kind of did my own thing. You can see up there my project that I started recently, but that's a different story. Um, I realized through conversations with people, some very important people, random people, that there's and I mean obviously I already knew it, but that there's a perception about nudity and sexuality and all of these things and how we portray ourselves and how those things are on the internet. Um, I've had a everybody's had, I think, probably a strange relationship with the internet as growing up. Um, if you were around during the invention of it, it kind of was experimental the entire time. And so you never knew if what you were doing was good or bad. You kind of just did it, and then you were one of the first people to do it. Um, so there's so many topics about the internet and sexuality, like porn and all this kind of stuff that people's mind automatically goes to when they see nudity and male bodies of any kind, and it's a sexualization that is pretty much expected of us now, and we do automatically because we see all of these images of everything being sexualized. So, when someone like me posts something of myself on the internet, especially after a hard year, and the prevalence of these photos becomes more, I get questions, and I feel like I guess I owe an explanation in a sense. Um, it basically boils down to the fact that I've had several realizations, one of them kind of funny, but basically that I want to control myself and my image and my everything. I don't want people to speak for me. I don't want people to do anything for me. And so I had this realization, oddly enough, through Kim Kardashian, where I've never liked her. I've found her pretty much the most basic thing that's ever existed. But I kind of found a respect for her in the sense that I understood a lot of her power and what people are attracted to. And it's her authenticity. And I've told this to a few people, and their automatic reaction is, really, Kim Kardashian? It's like, authentic what? And I'm like, wait. She's authentically terrible. But she's authentic. And she has the ability to do so because she has nothing left to lose. She has nothing left in social constraints and cultures and whatever. She's the definition of shameless. She's literally fameless because her mother profited off of her sex tape and like shot her up to stardom. Once you've given the world what would normally tear so many people down, right? Like, think about if Anne Hathaway's sex tape came out that was like Kim Kardashian's and it was that dramaful. She's not going for an Oscar anytime, right? It's the world we live in. But Kim Kardashian did it first. And it gave her freedom. And no, she's not, I don't know, going for an Oscar. But she is living every day exactly how she wants to. Do I want to live that way? No. Do most people want to live that way? No. But do I think she's happy? Yeah, actually. Like, compared to most celebrities, I think she actually is. And I think that her authenticity in being exactly who she wants to be and being free to be who she wants, because she owes nobody anything anymore and nothing can bring her down. I had that moment and I realized it and I internalized it. And I thought, first of all, if as being a model, I've been photographed nude. It started happening as I started becoming more in shape. I know that it's a thing in modeling, that there's bodies and physicality, and that's part of it. And so I had to start meeting the demands. Eventually, it became more practice than demand, but at the first point, it was. And when I was living up to that and I'm doing that, I realized these people saw me as creative enough and capable enough to do this. So if they do, why can't I? I see myself just as creative, as just as much of an artist, just as much of an inventor. I have less resources. I have less capability to do things. I am not well off. I have empty walls. Cover them with sticky notes, for God's sake. You know, like, my art is limited to me and to what I can produce on what I have. And as somebody who's just stepping into their own and just stepping into all of the things that they really want to do, it's the easiest and first and most instant creative outlet that I have. I can make myself and my body and my image look however I want. And it tells me that I am valuing my creativity equal to the others. I don't have the money to go buy all the fashion outfits that I have in photo shoots. I can't afford the suits and the crazy stuff and the unique items. I can afford a gym membership and dedication. That's what I do. That's what I have. And I'm not willing to limit myself and sit behind walls of creativity just because some people think that he must be a slut. He just wants it. He just wants the dick. Oh, he wants it. No. Talk to freaking anybody. Any person that's actually in my life that really knows me knows that, first of all, they probably barely see me, but also, there's not a single person I want to have sex with if I can't trust them. And when it comes to that, when it comes to this kind of culture that's so threatening to so many people and causes so much drama and causes so many issues between friendships and relationships and exes and this and this and this and this, none of that applies to me. I don't have these issues. I don't have to deal about sleeping with somebody's ex. I don't have to deal with the repercussions. I don't have any of that weight on me because I'm not looking for it. It's not gratifying to me. I'm not judging anyone who lives sexually and wants it and lives happily. I did it for a while. It was dramatic for me. I don't know what it's like for everybody else. But I've been there. I've done it. I've had my college experience. But that's not now. And the reason, and to be fair, when I was doing that, I was 100 times more scared to post the kinds of things that I post now because I lived in fear. I was trapped by sexuality. Now, because it doesn't impact me, I'm not trying to please anyone, I'm not trying to sleep with anyone, I'm not trying to do anything. I simply want to create images and art and funny things and serious things and all of the things. So when people look at me and they judge me for what I'm doing with my body or my cheeky photos for the holidays, like, no, I'm not just seeking attention. I automatically ignore anything that is closely, if I don't know you and you send me a photo, I'm not opening it. I just don't do it. Like, why? And I'm actually trying to take these opportunities and take these moments where people are messaging me and they're sending me, sliding into those DMs, like, it happens all the time. And you have to just I try to reorient these conversations. And I've had several where they've turned from people just hitting onto me to sustained conversations of now I have people on the internet that I just talk to continuously. Because you know what? I engaged them. I talk to them about real things. I ask them questions about why they're doing this and why that's important to them. You don't have to go about it the same way as everybody else. So 2017 for me changed my perspective on pretty much everything. And my nudity for me is not an issue because, to be freaking honest, I'm basically asexual. It allows me to wield my sexuality and my body and my image and everything in a way that is different. And to be honest, I hope that you see it as art And I don't think that it should be cheap just because it's on the internet, just because it's on Instagram, just because it's with a camera phone, you know? Like, it's about the person and what they're doing and what they're saying. Like, there's layers to all of my photos, you know? Like, every one of them has a story. I see most of them as potential song lyrics one day, seeing my vision eventually coming from these things and stemming from the images that I'm creating. Obviously, I've been mixing my music with that, and that's a big part of why I'm really trying to tie it all together, because I'm finally seeing the picture, you know, of how it all comes together and who I am. And it's not a slut. It's, to be honest, it's honestly rarely naked. Like, I took my shirt off because this video is about bodies. But if you ask anybody, I actually hate being naked around anyone. If somebody walks in the room and I'm in a towel, I put clothes on. Like, it, I just am weird about it. But it's different because I'm performing. It's expression. And I feel like this aspect of my life has threatened so many people. And I want to apologize. Because I don't want my perspective to hurt others, but I have to live it. And I have to be that person because it's who I am. I'm flashy, I'm dancy, I'm the kid where there's a tape of me at 12 running around in my underwear calling myself Underwear Man and lifting not heavy objects and thinking I'm Superman. Like, it's been me forever. And I hope that in 2018 we can start not just immediately sexualizing and immediately going after something, because I might post that, but I might post it for me. And it reminds me of the mindset of, there's this feminist moral movement that is absolutely correct, that talks about women and their clothes, and it has to do with sexual assault and how a woman should be able to dress however she wants and not call the attention of a man. I should be able to share and appreciate and create with my body and my image and my ideas, silly or serious, and not immediately give the millions of Neanderthals without iPhones out there hard-ons. Self-control is a gift, and it's one that we all need to practice in 2018. So, Happy New Year. Thanks for watching.